Hello, all my lovely people, and welcome to your Virgo new moon reading. The Virgo new moon is coming up on September 6th, and it's going to be climaxing around 6:51 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so wherever you're at in the world, you can adjust that. But I love the Virgo new moon. It is a call to reflect. So where are you right now? Where do you want to go now? What have you realized about your goal or your goals since the last full moon in Virgo, which this year was on February 27th of 2001. There's like a 6-month-ish cycle between, you have a new moon in Virgo, and then you go up to the full moon in Virgo, and then you go back to the new moon in Virgo. And it's this beautiful process of planting new seeds, them growing, you come into this place of harvest, and then as you go back to the new moon, looking at what you're ready to let go of and what you're ready to change. So you can ask yourself, what have you been letting go since the last full moon? And really, now, with it being a new moon, it's a great time for a clever, simple, well-organized, restart. So you can consider perhaps focusing on what you can give to others as you plant these new seeds going forward. Virgos, of course, have a strong health aspect as well. So you might also reflect on what you can give to your body. And that can be your, looking at what seeds you want to plant until the next full moon in Virgo. So I am doing, of course, a reading for each individual zodiac sign. So whichever signs you want to look at, your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus, whatever you want to focus in on, look at a variety of them if you'd like to get a full picture of what this new moon energy is bringing in for you. And we'll go ahead and jump into the reading right now. All right, my Scorpios, this is your reading for the Virgo new moon. And because it's a call to reflect, we're going to start off with a card here from this Empowering Questions deck, just to see what question the creator might recommend that you contemplate thinking about. And we'll see what comes up for that. This is going to be for like the week before the new moon, and then up to 2 weeks after the new moon, like right before the next full moon. So it's like a 3-week period. All right, creator, for our Scorpios, what question would you like them to consider? Wow. Okay. They said, no, not all those. Don't worry. You almost are like, oh my God, this is going to be like homework. All right. So they did give me this one. All right. And you go, is there something in my life that makes me forget time while I'm doing it? What is it? And I love that because that will tell you, and let me just, looks like the sun's coming out, make it a little bright here. There we go. That will show you what makes your heart sing. And if you're considering like what you want to do with your life, that's a great question to ask, because that would be a job that doesn't feel like work, right? And so it's a beautiful reflection for you, and just to see what do you want to invest your time and energy into, where you lose track of time because you just get sucked into it. You just love it, right? And we're going to, of course, dig more into this. And what we're going to do, we're going to take these Enchanted Math Oracle cards, and we're going to look at the week before the new moon, the week after the new moon, and 2 weeks after the new moon. So we're going to split it into 3 different cards here. So for the week before the new moon, okay, it's going to be that one. And then the week after the new moon, and then the second week after the new moon, please. Okay, wow, they came out fast for you. They are full of energy, which doesn't surprise me, Scorpio. All of your beautiful Scorpio energy. All right, so for the week before the new moon, you've got Ride the Wave. And you got card number 14. That's beautiful. I love dolphins. So definitely, this is like where you've been kind of going and you've just been kind of riding the wave. And it's kind of like this dual message. There's this wave that's taking you away, kind of more like a tsunami. It's like there's this wave that takes you away against your will, right? But there's also this beautiful feeling of when you find, from like a dolphin's point of view, or like even from a surfer's point of view, when they find that wave to ride and they're choosing to ride that wave, people that I've known that have surfed are like, it's like heaven. You're just in this place of no time. And again, it comes, back to this feeling of you just can get lost in it. And it's like, it's a timeless, like event in your life there. Sorry, now it's a little too dark, I think. Okay, there we go. So we'll see what else that brings in here, but that's kind of the feeling I feel like you have beforehand. You're kind of just becoming aware of this feeling, both the tsunami and then the kind of the other side of the coin with that feeling of when you choose the wave, it's different from when you're forced to ride a wave. It says, right now, success is easy and effortless. You can be assured that you're entering a time when you can ride the wave of abundance. The tide has turned and you can put your surfing skills to the test. Everything that you know, all of your talents, coupled with your hopes and dreams, will carry you forward. People and circumstances have come out of the ocean of potential and possibility to take shape in a wave of spectacular activity. Know that you're definitely on the right path. So yeah, definitely when we're looking at this, especially since those are like on these same green colors here too, the color of the heart chakra, what makes your heart sing, what wave makes your heart sing. Because you do have, like it mentions, all your talents coupled with your hopes and your dreams. That's the wave that's being created here for you. And then the week after, you hit ice with a deep freeze, number 26. So I love that. You go from this beautiful flowing tropical waters into Alaska. But let's take a look here and see what message comes with that, because it really is about, I think, just pausing. There's this, it's about riding the wave and not taking action, just going with the wave, not trying to make the wave be anything that it isn't, during that first week. It's just like, just enjoy the moment. But let's see what it says here. It says, everything has its season. Now is the time to put activity on hold while you rest. The cold winter beckons you to slow down and put a freeze on things that are not yet ready to bloom. It's time for regeneration and hibernation. Forgo ambitious activity. A pregnant pause allows ideas to gestate, projects to shift and change, and relationships to go through a dreamy state of being, not going anywhere and not needing to. This is also time to put all your arguments on ice. Nothing beneficial will come from any of them. Self-care is the most important activity now, so reflect, read a good book, or get a massage. Rest and dream. So I love that. Self-care, taking that time to reflect. So getting all dreamy, understanding it all, and then, definitely continuing that with that self-care, relaxing, nurturing yourself, and really just taking that time to reflect about what activity you want to move on, right? And I love that 26 adds up to 8, which is the strength card, and I kind of feel like this is gathering your strength for the changes that you want to make, right? Which brings you into week 3, which is the mountain, and that's number 6. And let's take a look here, and 6 for some reason is jumping out to me because that's the parent number, like mother or father or parent. So if that is significant for any of you, then, just know that that message is for you. The mountain that you might have to go. I kind of feel like, you have these dreams, and you make these plans, and then you're like, next it's convincing my parents that, this is the best thing for me, because you want their support. It almost feels like that, right? But it says you have the capacity to flow around any obstacle, and this is the time to adapt. Sometimes you'll come across what appears to be an insurmountable obstacle, like a huge mountain that separates you from your success. You might think that climbing it or chiseling away at it is the answer. But why take such a treacherous, tedious approach? Be like the rivers that flow around mountains naturally. You'll move past this obstacle relatively quickly if you choose the easy way around. This is the time to adapt to your circumstances. If you do decide to climb, remember to take one step at a time, opting for the next right action. Yeah. So be like water, go around the mountain. Don't think you have to, go over the mountain. And sometimes, like water will go around, under, sometimes over like a rock, if it depends on how tall it is, and eventually through. So be like water and understand your power. Regardless, I really feel like nothing's going to seem like an intimidating mountain to you when you're choosing, this thing that makes you feel so, it's just like it makes your heart sing, and it doesn't feel like work. And it's the difference between waking up in the morning and feeling, I've got to get up, and wake up in the morning and go, all right, I can't wait to get, into working on that thing, whether it's drawing or, making taking another step in my, my plan, whatever. It's like, yes, it's like, okay, I know I got to go to work. If you're working another job, okay, I'm going to go finish that. And then afterwards, I can't wait, because then I'm going to do this and this and this, and so it's that kind of feel to it. But we're going to go ahead and look deeper into this, of course. So let me just move these up here, and I'll just move this to the side for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull some cards here from the Light Seers Tarot, just for each of the 3 weeks, to see what else the Creator would like you to know. All right, Creator, what else do you want our Scorpios to know about this week before the new moon? Okay. Yeah, this is a beautiful card, again, more green. But the Queen of Pentacles, of course, she's the Mother Nature, Mother Nurturer. And so I really feel like getting out into nature, getting away from all those things, getting away from all that busyness and all that. I mean, she's content. She knows about what abundance means. She understands, because she's went through the Ace of Pentacles all the way up to her. She's almost, the King of Pentacles is the only one that's higher than her in the deck, which means she has really mastered the balance of the Pentacles. And she's the divine feminine side of it, so she brings in an emotional piece around the feeling of abundance as well. And she's realized, one of the big lessons of the Queen of Pentacles is that she attempted to find fulfillment in external things, because she's the queen of external things. And she was like, you know what? I know that they don't fill you for very long. They're temporary. Any food only satisfies your hunger for a very short period of time. Water only quenches your thirst, or liquids, for a very short period of time. Otherwise, you would never drink again, or you never need to eat again. But no, we're constantly having to consume, because none of that fulfills us. And so she's learned that the inside, these dreams that you want to live, your soul purpose, that unconditional love that you find inside is those living waters that will quench your thirst that you've been looking for all along. And so it's a beautiful message that comes in, because this is the awareness that you're coming to with these questions that are coming up for that period of time. And then the week after the new moons, the new moon and the week after, what do you want them to know about that period of time? Like this one here. Oh, yeah. So you got the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is definitely about overwhelming abundance. It's also kind of like the legacy card. Not only do you have enough for you, you have enough for others and for generations to come. So whatever you do, whether it's like financial abundance, it could also mean just different kind of abundance feeling in the external world. And so whatever you put this to, it is this beautiful energy that just fills you up and overflows out to the world. Whatever it is that your passion that you're doing. I mean, there's things that, whatever we do, if we're doing it because we feel we have to, and we feel like it's draining our soul, even though we're doing it, it's not making the impact to the world in the way that if it was something we loved and that made our heart sing, that it would just boom, amplify, because you can tell the difference. And the example that comes to mind is you can tell someone who's a good singer and someone who's singing from their soul. Like, so there's people who have wonderful talent, but they're like just singing. And you're like, okay, that's neat that you can do all that. But there's people that you listen to and maybe it's off key here and there and it's not quite to the exact perfection of all the, things that, singers are supposed to do, but you're moved to tears, you get goosebumps, kind of like on, when America's Got Talent or, The Voice or something like that, where you hear this little kid just pour out their heart and you're just like, you could just feel the emotion flow. And that's the difference between living a career and living your dream, right? The other thing I like about this is that because it has the Tree of Life here, which I totally spaced out who the Tree of Life is from. The Kabbalah? Not a Kabbalah. That's something else. I totally spaced it out, but it's this the Tree of Life. And for me, that represents like the family tree in this case, especially because it has to do with generations. And I kind of feel like that comes into this place, like when I was talking about that message about this being like a parent, this is telling me that it could be like this cycle of generations where everyone in the family was always like in the police department or firemen, or a certain, like the family business, let's say, or doctors or nurses. Everyone always have been this, and that's what everyone does in the family, and this is the cycle, and this is what we just do. If you don't do it, but this is about breaking cycles, and that with you being the one with the power, and that you're so it's almost like you feel like you're in a deep freeze when you're not living your dream. When you're the one that takes the step, you make the pathway for others to not do it either. And everyone's like, oh, thank God someone took the first step. It's kind of like if you've ever gone to a dance club in your life, and you go there when either the dance floor had cleared or at the beginning when they start playing music and no one wants to be the first one to go out and dance. All it takes is one person to go out and then everyone else goes. That's kind of how I feel about that. Right? And then the third week here, or the second week after the new moon, what do you want our Scorpios to know? Okay, you actually get two cards for here. And the first one is the Hermit. And this is a beautiful, internal reflection, finding your inner power. You know, the lantern that normally they carry, they interestingly put down over here. And usually it's the star that's in the lantern, that's you. And it's showing that here's the path, but you're above the path and you're actually glowing and finding it within yourself. So it's even more of an emphasis. And I love how here's the mountain, and this is the mountain here. And you're finding that you can just rise above the mountain. You don't even have to see the mountain because of the amount of energy and power that you have within you. Yeah, because then you have the temperance here, which this is a beautiful balance between your higher self and your earthly self. And you can even see this. There's like this infinity symbol that, goes all the way around, that which represents your infinite self. And with this temperance, it's like this realization that there is more to life than just this human that's walking upon this earth. And the human, it's almost like it's our ego and our fear and all our supposed to's and should and all those expectations, this world, that we came down to purposely live in, to experience all that. But that you feel like you live to work, right? Whereas when you connect to your spiritual side, which is the kind of like the actor behind the character we're playing on this earth, that powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love, when you're connected to that, then you work to live. So you live to work, which is like I wake up, I work, and I'm just existing, right? But when you're connected to your spiritual side and this passion that you have within, then you work to live, so you can live your dreams and you can make your dreams come true and live life, not just exist in life. And so it's this beautiful balance between the two that, you have to live as a human, but you don't have to live to just work. You want to live to live. So a beautiful message here. I love how this all comes out here. And let me just move those over here a little bit. Actually, I'm just going to move this one to cover up this freeze here. And I'm going to move these into the middle. Because lastly, we're going to pull a couple cards here from this Clarity deck. And it's by Girls Gone Happy. I just love them. Love that word, or that name of the company. It's just brings me joy, makes me grin and smile every time I say it. And I've been saying in my readings as I've been pulling these, just, whether you're a girl or a boy or whatever you identify as, we can all be girls gone happy and live a happy life instead of a drudgery life, right? Okay. Creator, what are your final messages for Scorpio in this reading? Okay, that's one. And what's the other one? Okay. Thank you. And you got the home life, which is funny because I was actually thinking of this card because it's like, do you have a home existence or do you have a home life? And there's a big difference. Exactly what we were talking about, right? So I'm going to put that over here because that was about, are you existing or are you living, right? And then you have metamorphosis. You've changed. How? What needs to happen so you can accept those changes and thereby bring movement into this area of your life? Beautiful butterfly. Yeah, metamorphosis. So definitely, that is kind of what this is talking about, right? Moving, identifying what you want to have happened, right? Because you've changed. The things that used to make you happy don't make you happy anymore. You want more. And you're tired of not finding more on the outside. And so you're turning inward to find out what is it that makes my heart sing, that where I lose time when I'm doing it because I'm enjoying it so much. And so, that's a beautiful message here for you to contemplate during this time, because it's a beautiful time to plant new seeds for change as a new moon energy. You have so much energy supporting you for that. And just know as you go through each and every day of your life that every second of every day you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And I love you too. You have an amazing new moon phase, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. You take care now.